Hey there, beautiful people, and happy magnificent Monday. I hope today has brought you nothing but reasons to smile. And if it hasn't, you know how it goes. By the time I'm done here today, you will have either laughed at me or with me. I'm okay with both. So, as you guys have seen me advertise on July 7th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, July 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a two-part interview with Mr. Leon Walker. The newest book out is The Seven Loveless Traits. You've seen me interview him before. He's amazing. And of course, I always got to thank him for his 32 years of naval service as a master chief as well. He's a dynamic individual who comes to be transparent about his walk with narcissism. And I know a lot of times we think, is narcissism really a real thing, or is it an excuse for hurt people hurt people? Well, I think we're going to get into all that. That's why this had to be a two-part interview, because this book right here was a little too thick to do one interview. There's good stuff in here. He's very transparent, as you guys know, if you've seen in the first interview. If you missed it, it's on my YouTube. You can go back and watch it. People are still watching it. I got a comment on there yesterday. So, and that was on his last book, Love Ship. He's written several books. This is just his newest one out. And I want to make sure that I give you a really good chance to see what it's like inside the mind of a narcissist, or a recovering or recovered narcissist. I'll learn how to address that correctly too, I'm sure. But I want to go into some things in the book so that you have a little bit of an idea as to why I thought it was so important to present this book. The first thing is he gives a shout out to empaths. So if you're an empath out there, and let me say this, it's not just about he, it's also she. Everything runs on both sides of the water, okay? So I'm not like, oh yes, men are narcissists. Oh no, I'm saying that it can go on both sides, men and women. So if you're a man who's an empath or a woman who's an empath, he gives a very beautiful shout out in the beginning of his book. And it says, warm, reliable, present, attached, comforting, nurturing, virtuous, fabulous, gifted, talented, and blessed. You all embody traits that keep millions of people alive, well and healthy. You are the branch and the olive. You saved my life. I was just hard-headed. Leon R. Walker Jr. Okay, so some of you guys are going, okay, so why hurt an empath? Why do it? Sometimes I think what we find is there's something in an empath that gets drawn to help these suggested individuals, but we won't go too deep. But here's another thing that I wanted to mention. I'm just going to give you little snippets of the book so you can say, aha, okay. And then so you can come join me on the 7th. I can't give it all to you now, or you just won't even go and watch it. So I need you there on the 7th. I'll be live on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you're there. Not sure that I'll be live on Instagram, but okay. So he goes, in order to hurt someone, I made myself believe that they were going to hurt me sooner or later. Having that mindset took away all of my guilty conscience. This is where he's talking about some of the things that he went into. It kind of gave him permission because he had his mind geared up in a certain way, right? He also is very, I want to tell you, this guy's transparent. He is transparent. So if you ever want to know like what goes on, you need to watch this. You need to come check us out on that date, okay? If you have questions beforehand, inbox me, give me those questions, because I will be putting those live on the screen. For those of you who've seen my interviews before, it's very interactive. So make sure that you give permission for your comments and for your questions. And but he goes over, different things. He gives you real live applications in here to try and to do and to. So he not only gives you his story, but he gives you tools for those people who want to understand better why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, there's some amazing things in here. He gives stories about his love life and how the person responded to what was going on. It just goes on and on. He talks about his double mind, and he talks about all these things. He talks about the medication. He talks about the collateral damage. And I think that was really important because he talks about the background of who he was before he realized who he was being. And I think that's big. I think that's really, really big. You guys, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this interview, because somebody is going to be, I'm confident and convinced that somebody is going to have an aha moment, whether it's you who are, let's say this. I don't believe we know what we're doing all the time when we are causing damage or pain, because we're in so much pain and we see so much damage. We become a part of that picture, right? I think it's going to open up some eyes on both sides of the fence. I think there's going to be some people who are going, I'm not going to keep taking this anymore because I realize I can't fix this person, that what I'm doing isn't going to change this person from being different. That person will have to choose himself. And on the other side, it may have somebody go, whoa, it sounds kind of like me and kind of what I'm doing. I don't know. But what I do know is somebody will be changed for this interview. And so you need to be there. If you want to order the book, I believe it's available on multiple platforms. Our favorite Amazon is always trying to get somebody's book out, but I do believe he has it on Amazon. He also has his other books on there as well. I have read them all. Very amazing individual. That's why I have him on here, because I do believe that he adds value to this world that we live in, and he is very transparent. Some people love him for that, and some people, I guess, can't stand him for that. He is letting out the dirty secrets, but I'm proud of him. And I've told him this to his face, so this isn't an embarrassing moment for him. I have let him know that it takes a lot to not only overcome what it is we're going through, but to be able to share it and know that you're being judged when you share it, but you share anyway. There's a lot of people who look at you and wonder why you're telling the world your story and what difference does it make. And it's because somewhere, somebody is getting help because of it. And so he's making a change. And I also want to ask him that, I want to see where he wants to go with his teachings. I know he's very involved in the community and very involved in doing other things, but what is to come from this teaching of narcissism? Where do we go with it? And what do we do with it? You're blessed. We're all blessed. Thank you for listening to me this morning. I wish you a wonderful day again. Make sure that you tell yourself at least 2 times a day, I can, I will, and I'm so worth it. Yes, you are. A reminder, July 7th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And a second day, July 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern. If you have questions, maybe you've dealt with narcissism, maybe you think you're a narcissist, maybe you just are curious for your sister who's dating a narcissist, whatever it is, inbox me. I will ask him the questions directly, okay? Thank you. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. And until then, remember, awareness is power.